Fans, please welcome Racing Louisville FC and your Indy 11 as they're on the field for warm-ups. Indy 11 is ready for kickoff thanks to Community Health Network, the official sports medicine provider for the team. Community Health Network offers many convenient ways to access care. Your primary care physician, MedCheck for urgent care, community clinics at Walgreens, and food tools and MyChart to connect with your provider. Virtual appointments and primary urgent specialty and behavioral health care. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered. Learn more at ecommunity.com/getcare. The officials for tonight's match are Race Williams, Mason Potchman, Alexander Fearing, and Jordan Hines. And now it's time to meet tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting Racing Louisville FC. In goal, number 1, Amber Brandon. Number 2, A.G. Gibson. Number 5, Sarah Shukansky. Number 6, Brooke Dardano. Number 12, Betsy Huckabee. Number 14, Trista Morris. Number 15, Michaela DeMello. Number 18, Piper Caulfield. Number 20, Caitlin Rowlett. Number 27, Lily Lund. And the team captain, number 8, Ellie Caulfield. The head coach of Racing Louisville FC is Callie McKinney. And now the starting lineup for your Indy 11, presented by Central Indiana Ford Dealers. In goal, number 1, Nona Reason. Number 7, Emma Palkowski. Number 9, Nora Jacobin. Number 12, Maddie Williams. Number 13, Jenna Chatterton. Number 14, Elizabeth Sexton. Number 15, Hadley Snyder. Number 17,
Welcome back to the great indoors inside the Grand Park Indoor Event Center for the women's edition of LIPAFC. Indy 11 and Racing Louisville's W League squad meeting for a second time this year. Indy won the season opener in the Derby City, by a score of 3-1 back in May. Tonight's match on the ISC Sports Network, presented in part by Community Health Sports Medicine, exceptional care simply delivered. By Alpha Health and Wellness, official team chiropractor for the Indy 11W League. By AES, excelling the future of energy together. And by CareSource, so much more than health insurance. Greg Rakestraw, and thrilled to welcome back to the broadcast booth Angela Berry White, put together for the remaining Indy 11W League matches this season, which for the regular season is all of 2 matches. There are 5 matches left to go, and the Indy 11, again, looking to be in very solid shape in terms of winning the Valley Division and clinching a playoff spot yet again. But the quirks of the schedule, 5 of the first 7 matches are at home. The last 3 matches on the road. Regular season doesn't wrap till the end of June. We'll see this team in this building for the last time in June, coming up on Wednesday night against Kings Hammer. Angela, great to have you back with us. And again, you saw so many matches last year, including the championship match, the victor over North Carolina Courage's U23 team. What are you looking forward to the most about seeing the 3rd installment of the Indy 11 women tonight?
Well, Greg, it's a pleasure to be alongside you again this season. And as the Indy 11 women have come out right now being 4-1 in their first 5 matches, I see tonight, they need to continue with this string of victories. They're coming off 3 straight shutouts. So let's see, first off, getting into the game, let's see if they can win that transition game. Get those numbers forward when they turn over the ball. Secondly, let's just see if they can create early opportunities. In their last contest, they scored in the first 5 minutes of the game, which was nice to see. And, that way they're going to set the tone. They want to make sure that they continue on this streak. And then thirdly, let's keep a clean sheet. Because like I said, they're coming in here with, 3 straight shutouts. So let's see if they can continue in that momentum.
Those are our keys to the game, brought to us by your Central Indiana Ford dealers. Proud to be a sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. We'll take this quick timeout. Kick off starting lineups come your way next. You're watching W League action on the ISC Sports Network.
So I had no job, no car, nobody to watch my son. And when I finally got a job interview, it was a half hour away. I was just stuck, Then one of my friends told me to call CareSource. I was like, my health insurance company?
We helped Becky with her resume, arranged daycare for her son, and even set up a ride to the interview that helped her get the job. CareSource is so much more than health insurance.
It's very true that it takes a village to raise a child. And when it comes to my healthcare village at Community Health Network, it's all nestled right in my phone. Accessing healthcare is the ability to be connected with your provider and ask a question when you need it. I feel like when I'm meeting with a community nurse practitioner or doctor, they're tuned in to what is going on with me and the way that they can serve me best.
Stand by me.
Again, welcome back. It's a beautiful day outside. It's very windy outside. So, again, good reason for us to play indoors here at Grand Park, as we have for the first 2 seasons of Indy 11 women's soccer as well. Let's get you to our starting lineups. They too are brought to us by your Central Indiana Ford dealers, a proud sponsor of Indy 11 soccer. Visit your local Ford dealer today for great deals on all of your favorite Ford vehicles. It is a very experienced Indy 11 lineup. Several players that have played all 3 years of this squad. Jenna Chatterton, Carson Cherry, Amelia White, one of the players of the month in the W League. She's a first member of the team. Ella Rogers, the captain's armband. And how about Maddie Williams and Sam Dewey up top? When Maddie plays, Maddie scores. That's been the rule of thumb for the Indy 11.
Well, and when she scores, we win. So, that's also very good. And you spoke about just the veterans that we have on this team, and that's something that's going to be key to the success of this team for the remainder of the season, to make sure that they're back in the postseason and perhaps they can be repeat winners of the Cup. So hopefully that'll still stand tall for them the remainder of the season.
On the flip side, for the Racing Louisville W League squad, some familiar names and faces. They've got a couple of players that play currently at Indiana University, and Michaela DeMello, you might know her sister Savannah, as a member of the U.S. Women's National Team, plays for Racing Louisville's NWSL squad. Michaela plays at Long Beach State University. One thing you see with this Racing Louisville team, a little more youth. They've got one 16-year-old player and a couple of players who are just going to be starting their college careers coming up in the fall. Most, not all of these, have come up through the Racing Louisville Academy program, but as a high school head coach, and this will resonate with you, I love the fact that their players that played in their academy system also played high school soccer in the Louisville area.
Oh,
it's really, really cool to see.
It is. It's so cool to see. And, you know, this is something that their program does, Racing Louisville, in terms of their developmental pyramid. They have the NWSL, then they have their USLW League and their academies underneath. And it is a progression. It's something for them to strive for. So I'm sure that's what, you know, Indy 11 is going to be doing with the Super League team coming next year. So, you know, it's a good model. It's a good model that Racing Louisville has, and they've been able to put some quality games together and get some good players, you know, within their system.
Indy looking for a 5th win in 6 tries. Good ball here that Nona Reasonis has to kind of knock this one back towards the middle of the pitch. Again, Indy never trailed against Racing Louisville when the two sides played earlier this year. Indy jumped out to an early lead on an Amelia White goal. Offside flag goes up against Racing Louisville. Indy had a 3-0 lead in that match back in early May before allowing a late goal, one of 4 they have allowed so far this season. The other 3 came in the only non-win, the 3-3 draw against Kings Hammer. It was the home opener here back on May 20th.
Yes, and as you know, you start off the season, here it is mid-May, and there are quite a few players that are not on the field for both teams at this time. I mean, we look at Nona Reason, you know, she's back in goal, as we mentioned earlier.
Giveaway here by Racing Louisville, opportunity, slide it across. Annie Williams trying to pull something back, could not pull the trigger on that. And she is one of, her and Sam Dewey, both former pros that now play at the amateur level for the Indy 11. Sam in her 2nd season with the Indy 11. Maddie in her 3rd. And with this group, Indy will be on the attack virtually the entire match. Match has always been close when these two squads have played against each other. This is the 2nd year of the Valley Division alignment. Played against each other as well in season number 1 for both. A lot of the matches were against more Michigan-based clubs that for the last couple of years have been part of their own separate division. Carson Cherry plays at the University of Louisville, and there's a lot of University of Louisville ties on both sides. Maddie Williams is flying in on the attack. Pressure applied by Ella Rogers, and a foul on Ella Rogers. Let's thank our friends at Johnson Controls. Johnson Controls, the power behind your mission. Amber Brandon in goal for Racing Louisville's W League squad. Can she hustle over there? Yes. Has to play it sideways, but it will not be a corner. It'll be a throw-in coming.
Indy 11's doing a great job in terms of in that offensive third when Racing Louisville has the ball. They're making sure they have a little bit more high pressure to perhaps have a turnover, cause that, and then the goalkeeper had to come out and save that for an opportunity for a corner kick, just for a throw-in.
Nora Jackman could not keep that at her feet. Good Nora had a fantastic freshman year at Butler University. Her first year of playing with the Indy 11. She is originally from Knoxville, Tennessee. Jackman applying pressure and couldn't deflect it off the Racing Louisville player. Goal kick coming for Amber Brandon.
Yeah, one of the things Racing Louisville has to make sure they keep in check is the speed that Indy 11 has up top.
Brandon just knocked it over to a teammate. She's going to play at the University of Cincinnati next year. All 3 goalkeepers on the W League roster for Racing Louisville, all members of their academy program. Here's Cherry, we didn't see last summer because of an injury. And she played in the first match in Indy 11 women's history back May 6th of 2022.
excellent weighted pass. She played it up and over the top to Amelia, who was running on, and just for a fortuitous bounce, we end up getting a nice corner kick here for the first set piece of the game.
This portion of this match brought to us by Fluid Waste Services, Indiana's premier utility service provider since 1989. Amelia White, the Fort Wayne native, sends it in, looking back post, goes all the way through. And quickly racing Louisville's Lily Lund out to track it down. She is another player that is about to begin her college days. She played at Sacred Heart High School in Louisville.
Yeah, Sacred Heart, Assumption, they're both very good quality teams in the Louisville area. And as you mentioned earlier, it's great to see that these kids play both club and high school, and they excel at both.
Yeah, those high schools are both represented in tonight's game.
Yes.
Multiples of high schools in the Louisville area. And that has been a market the last 2 seasons that Paul Dolinsky has had many Louisville players on the roster. Here's Williams. Defender stumbles. We play on. Williams slots it and just misses it off the post. And that's like the 1 time out of 100 she doesn't put that one home.
Exactly. I thought perhaps she was going to go far post on that, but as the goalkeeper came out and she had that angle, she just kind of just cut back across her body there, and the goalkeeper was already leaning towards that near post. So I know she had that back, but she'll probably get another opportunity here with that speed.
Good ball sent down the left side. Sarah Shapansky, the player closest to it. Shapansky plays at Pitt. 25 goals and 28 assists in 3 seasons. Good job to dig in defensively by the Indy 11. Now Dewey in the midfield. Couldn't keep possession for long. Brooke Dardano fouled by Dewey. Sam did not play last weekend because when Sam is not playing for the Indy 11 women, she is coaching in the ECNL system. And so she and Paul Dolinsky both were on the road coaching at the youth level this past weekend.
Yeah, just got a little aggressive there, extending the arms. Probably could have held up there.
Shapansky, and no reason. It's about the warm-up ball you'd like to have on the first ball directed your way.
Exactly. Nice and easy to control, making sure that we get up the meaning Indy 11 gets back up the field and try and work it out of the back, or as Nona can do it, she can put the long ball in.
We did not see Nona the first couple of games of the season. She was on her new college squad's kind of spring trip to Spain. Nona was at North Carolina but transferred to ACC rival Clemson. And flag went up. So Indy 11 will buy about 40 yards of real estate and restart from just shy of the midfield stripe. And yes, for those watching from outside of the Indy area, there are many lines on this field. A variety of things are played on here. And in about 6 or 7 weeks, the next activity for the Indianapolis Colts will take place in here. Graham Park is the training home of the Indianapolis Colts, and this is the primary indoor practice field when and if it rains during August. Ball knocked forward. Cherry. Dewey. Ball played out wide. That's Sexton. And then the touch too strong from Anna Grace Gibson.
The first Gibson did a quality job in, making sure that that ball wasn't played back down the line, but she just wasn't able to hold on to it.
We reference Assumption High School. That's her alma mater. And she will play at the University of Louisville. Williams cannot track it down for Indy. DeMello, the bounding ball up and over her head. Dewey. Pelkowski. Can Rogers get to it? Williams recovers, but couldn't keep it at her feet. Rogers charging through, blasts away. After 3 years at Xavier, Ella now at the University of Arkansas, the Ohio native.
One thing there, just in that last possession by Indy 11, they're trying to go through the middle, and there are 9 players at that point that were almost behind the ball. So we're going to have to try and make sure that the ball's moved a little quicker, get it outside, and perhaps open things up in that channel.
Good give and go. Sexton in her second year with the Indy 11. Also, University of Louisville product.
can almost have a starting 11.
Cardinals are well represented in this game. Flag stays down. Dewey has a hit, but just pulls it wide.
Nice composure there. She checked back. She made sure that she received the ball. And as she received the ball, she opened herself up so she would have time. After she brought it down, she looks. She's just trying to cut it back.
Sam now 4 years removed from playing in college at Xavier. From the southeast side of Indianapolis, Triton Central High School. Once had 83 goals in a single high school season.
It's safe to say that that will probably...
Most people hope to play in 83 matches while they're in high school.
Not
score 83 in a season.
Right, that won't be broken.
She had 9 goals last year, did Sam. Again, Sam's primary job is coaching these days, but she is trying to keep herself kind of tactically and technically ready if a playing opportunity, preferably locally, kind of pops free. Katie Soderstrom's kind of in that same boat. Katie is available for selection off the bench in tonight's game. And how good is your 11 if Katie Soderstrom can come off the bench?
It's, this team is, they've actually been able to put together some great quality players, not only from our area of Indiana, but also from the Midwest. And then those connections that these players have with teammates at the collegiate level, they bring them in. And it's been just phenomenal for the Indy 11 women's program.
Here's Gibson. Fantastic build here by Racing Louisville. Gibson, ball takes a turn. That made it easier, frankly. That deflected off an Indy 11 midfielder. Actually, Sexton that it took a hit off of, and Reason able to quickly slide over and snag that one. This match is brought to us by AES, accelerating the future of energy together. Thanks to Jordan Shue, David Kahn, Chase Eisnagel, Brian Pierce, Eric Kinnett, our outstanding ISC Sports Network crew. Putting our broadcast on for you. Again, we'll be here on Wednesday night when Kings Hammer makes their second and final trip of the season to play here in Westfield. And if there are playoff matches to follow in July, we'll have any and all that are played here in the Circle City. DeMello charging forward. First team all Big West at Long Beach State. That takes a turn off an 11 player. Will be a throw in here for Racing Louisville.
Noticing early, Indy 11's making sure that in transition, when they just lost the ball coming out of the back, that their midfielders made sure that they were back in that defensive third to, once they get the ball back, that they could actually perhaps go forward with numbers up. But they're doing an excellent job just keeping things in check, keeping the ball in front of them.
Good read. Now the momentum continues for the Indy 11. Again, that's Sexton. Sexton takes a couple of quick glances to her left, will widen the field. Trying to draw a defender, and that will be a corner. Well done by Sexton.
Yes, if you can't make something happen, at least make sure that you get the opportunity for a corner kick, and they've done an excellent job in making sure that they've, had that opportunity.
Sexton, 24 starts in 2 years playing at the University of Louisville. Ball sent in. Williams got ahead to it, but nothing she could control. Restart coming for Amber Brandon. Amber is from Lexington, played at Paul Dunbar High School. Second team all KHSAA goalkeeper this past year. Good pressure applied by Indy. Ball finds Ella Rogers. Rogers steers it in. Dewey tried the back heel to keep that in play. Rogers will hustle to maintain the advantage, and a throw-in coming for the Indy 11. Sports this match brought to us by Community Health Sports Medicine. Exceptional care simply delivered. Well, obviously the big opportunity for Indy was on the turnover that Williams, the rare miss in terms of slotting it past the keeper. Sexton plays it across. Jackman kind of drifted towards the center of the park. Nobody was out that wide, but Nora flying over to maintain possession for the girls in blue this evening. Flag Flag stays down. Sexton maintains. Throw in coming. The ball ricocheted off a racing Louisville defender. So possession obviously largely in favor of the Indy 11. I don't think that's a big surprise.
Not at all, not at all. And the defenders coming out of the back, they're able to find feet. They're able to find those angles and actually those lanes to make sure that the forwards can receive the ball, or those that are coming out of the back. And Carson did that in that last possession, just finding her.
It's going to be about finding counters here for Racing Louisville. There'll be opportunities with the amount of numbers that Indy will throw forward this evening. Can you avoid a giveaway in midfield or along the back line if you're Racing Louisville? And I will apologize to our friends from South the Ohio River if I just inadvertently drop a Lou City, having called so many Indy and Lou City matches over the years. It is almost a muscle memory reflex at this point. Push in the back going to be called against Shapansky. Shapansky's from the Pittsburgh area, and it's going to be really interesting to see. There's 2 or 3 players on this Racing Louisville squad that hail from Pittsburgh. They will have a W League team next year. Williams one-times it, plays it across. Great touch by the defender by Racing Louisville.
She saw her just over her shoulder, and good thing she saw her, because otherwise that would have been buried in the back of the net.
I think that was Rowlett that got to it, who plays at Eastern Kentucky. But without that touch, that is likely goal number 1 for the Indy 11.
It was a great early service that got in, as she thought, just behind the defender, just in between the goalkeeper and that last defender. And 9 times out of 10, that is that's a goal for the attackers. But that was great once again, as we mentioned, by the defender to get back.
White, who plays at Penn State from Homestead High School, and that's going to be a foul. And White is as fast as any player I've seen on this pitch. In the last 3 years, it is amazing the speed she displays.
With and without the ball.
Absolutely, yeah. I don't think there's a difference. But watching her, my second match of the season, your first, watching her against Kings Hammer on May 20th, it was jaw-dropping, the speed at which she would be flying up and down the field, including late in the match. Again, opportunity here for Racing Louisville. High line, but again, kind of a wasted opportunity trying to chip the keeper there. That's from a very tough angle for Shapansky.
Right. Perhaps if she could have gotten a little bit more like around the ball, coming in, she had it on her left foot, perhaps go far post, which is going to be very difficult to do. But, Reason was off her line by about 4 or 5 yards. And Shapansky, she plays at Pitt. Great college program, playing for Randy Waldrum. So I'm sure she's given the green light in college too.
Again, 25 goals in 3 years.
Yeah.
You get the idea. Williams headed it, hoping for a teammate to latch on. Nothing there. Piper Caulfield. Piper wears number 18. Ellie wears number 8. As we seemingly say about a lot of players in this league, Indiana Hoosier is Piper Caulfield, part of the Big Ten all-freshman team. As that Hoosier program went back to the NCAA field this year, losing to St. Louis 2-0 in the opening round.
And just across the way, she has a teammate, Olivia Smith, that plays for Indy 11 women. So, it's a
right.
like we mentioned earlier, there's many players that are represented from the Midwest and just all over that are teammates too.
Throw in coming for Racing Louisville. There's Caulfield. Middle of the park. This is Dardano. Now Rowlett. Cherry able to just steer that one. Ball towards Nona Reason. And Nona made the move from North Carolina to Clemson. Nona got 3 matches last season, really got 2.5, 225 minutes of action. We'll have 3 years of eligibility in South Carolina. Obviously, we saw Hal Hirschfeld, now a national team level call-up for the women's national team that played at Clemson, that played for the Indy 11 for a good chunk of last season.
Yeah, and then also, who was a teammate of Hirschfeld? Lindley. So,
Lindley, yep.
you know, so she was able to bring her here. And once again, you have teammates that want to bring, you know, their teammates from college back to, you know, their home club teams to, you know, get a change of pace and then hopefully get something going. And look what happened last year with the victory by the Indy 11 women in the championship match. So it helps to have connections with players that you come back and play with, even outside of college.
Good looking ball here. Flags up. Yep. If that ball is played by the midfielder, onside.
Onsides, yes.
Right side had just leaked a little bit forward. Guilty party was Betsy Huckabee. Just couldn't hold that line. Very high line being played by the Indy 11. We'll thank our friends at Fluid Waste Services, Indiana's premier utility service provider since 1989. Sexton. Just couldn't poke it through. Right idea. Saw Sam Dewey. Now DeMello bothered and taken away by Sexton. Pelkowski. Good find to get Williams. Williams one touch to widen the attack. Jacobin, but she is in an offside position.
Yeah, it was a great job by Sexton. She's able to come out of the back. She starts out, you know, outside back, and she's able to get in the attack. She's comfortable with the ball. She's finding those lanes. It's just that she has to, you know, try and make sure that if she doesn't find those lanes, perhaps just play it through the back line, because they are playing so condensed. You know, they can get something a little bit further out wide and perhaps, you know, get one on the other end for a goal here soon.
Rogers couldn't maintain possession. Shapansky, opportunity here. Chatterton racing back for Indy. Lund on the attack for Racing Louisville. And again, the flag goes up. Lots of activity back and forth, but really only one threatening moment in either direction in the first 20-plus minutes.
And we haven't seen many, you know, much in the attacking third, being able to finish, and I'm sure Coach Dolinsky is going to address that. And then on the other side, it's Racing Louisville is going to say, hey, we're getting up into the attack, but we have to make sure that we hold on to the ball. We're having one or two people. Here's a turnover.
And Reason out to recover. That ball did deflect off a Racing Louisville player. DeMello a touch. And then Snyder will fly it sideways. Sports the Match brought to us by Sports Tech HQ. Indiana, winning is in our DNA. For more information, visit forthewinners.com. Just couldn't loft it past Caulfield. But trying to spring White on a flyer is never a bad play.
It was actually, if she could have held on to it, and then Amelia could have, you know, got up into the play a little bit more, because once they lose the ball and then they regain possession, the shape has to be there quicker, and there's a great through pass.
Yeah, Pelkowski, right idea. Just couldn't latch on to Maddie Williams. Another opportunity. Pelkowski this time tries to find White. Stay on side. She did. Dewey, left-footed shot directly at Amber Brandon. Sports This Match is brought to us by Alpha Health and Wellness, the official Indy 11 W League team chiropractor. Be content to let the back row pad their passing stats for a few moments.
Well, there's, you know, looking for those passing lanes, looking to try and see if they can actually, you know, get past, you know, the high pressure that now Indy 11's putting on them.
Sexton, great work, and draws the foul, absolutely. Got past Shapansky. Understandably, there's going to be a little bit more in this one for Lizzie Sexton. By the way, we'll hear from her coming up at halftime. Part of a special Indy 11 mic'd up feature. Ian Gilmore puts those together, and We're happy to share that with you coming up in our halftime break. 6th match of the season for the Indy 11 women. They've outscored their first 5 opponents 29-4. Looking back post, breaking free. Brandon is there, and somehow it stays out.
Excellent lofted ball to the back post. She actually had another option as well to go wide, but test the water, see what happens. And they had numbers up and they got in behind the defense just in time. Just couldn't put away that opportunity.
Second quality look for the Indy 11 in the first 25 minutes. Good crowd on hand, as you would expect, between these two rivals, and frankly, just the proximity. And that's a very tactical foul and a yellow card to be shown. So Snyder, the guilty party there, and I think that was a quick calculation in Hadley's mind. I'm going to take one here, because if not, DeMello could have launched the attack the other direction.
Exactly, and as you say, that's a professional foul. You go ahead and you just take it.
Even at the amateur level, that is a professional foul that was just displayed by Hadley. Hadley, this may surprise you, University of Louisville and Assumption High School. So like I said, those schools both mention a great deal in tonight's broadcast. Follow up by DeMello and Reason. So far, the plays by the netminders have been relatively routine. Reason, the primary goalkeeper last year for the Indy 11. Served as the backup 2 years ago. Her backup tonight is Kate Phillips, Cathedral High School product, now at the University of Missouri. Had a chance to get to her dad before tonight's broadcast. Kate got a match for the Indy 11 2 years ago, while still at Cathedral High School. Kate is still an aspiring broadcaster, I think, unless she's changed her mind. Williams, just enough done by Racing Louisville to keep Williams at bay.
They made sure to get just one more player back, which helped out in making sure that they got the ball back and started the attack.
Lily Lund, DeMello. Little flicker of space here that Reason shuts down.
Not a bad idea to come in and set just behind that central defender, but Cofield was shut out there at the very end by Sexton, and she did an excellent job.
Williams, a stumble, a recovery. Has teammates both right and left. Trying to blast that one away, did Maddie. Chronicled Maddie's story for the last 2 years. Played professionally in multiple leagues overseas. Perhaps one of the best players in Purdue's program history. She now makes her living as an engineer using her
Purdue education.
Highly earned Purdue education, but still has this competitive Jones to play soccer. She's also got something else coming up this summer. She's getting married in the next couple of weeks.
Well, it's nice that she still has this passion because Indy 11 needs her. And she's been a great addition to the women's side here.
Oh, this team does not have the success they've had without Maddie Williams, no doubt. Simply put, she's been one of the best players in the league the last 2 seasons. Speaking of Maddie, quickly cuts it back for White. Widening of the attack allows just a little time for Racing Louisville to recover.
Excellent split there.
Sexton plays it across, looking back post. Sent back in, Ella Rogers. Got the right direction, didn't get the velocity she wanted to on it. Rogers usually creates the goal, but can score when needed.
I mean, it's a great back post ball. And then she just plays it back into just right there at the 6. Get a little bit more on that, maybe go flick it a little bit more far post, and once again, that would be a goal for us, for the ladies in blue.
It's quite all right.
Yes.
Pelkowski. Good job by Pelkowski. On the cross. All blocked. and couldn't save it. Rowlett hustled, but throw in next to the corner flag coming here for the Indy 11. Dewey will provide the target and works her way around. Cuts it back. Williams couldn't get back to it.
What vision that was. She received the ball, came across through the 18, drew another defender that opened it up, and she just had a nice little layoff of a pass, and too bad they couldn't get a shot off in that instance.
Today's match was presented in part by our friends at Alpha Health and Wellness, the official Indy 11 W League team chiropractor. And the Indy 11 men are in action on Sunday night. It's against the Birmingham Legion. 7 o'clock is the start time of that one. Indy 11 men have not lost a match since April the 13th. There's 2 teams currently above them in the Eastern Conference, unless, Louisville fans, you are one of them. Charleston Battery and Lou City.
It's great defensive work there by Sexton, literally putting her body between the ball and the man, and that's how she was able to draw the foul there.
Williams just flattened out the run just to make sure she was onside. That gives, flag goes up, and I guess Williams deemed to have not gotten back onside. She put on the brakes, trying to stay onside, but apparently was not. Because Coleman was onside.
It's a game of inches.
Snyder, an errant pass to Chatterton. Chatterton, the Noblesville native, plays at the University of Tennessee. Just because the ball has been so much in the other end in this match. We've not talked about Jenna all that much.
No, and primarily Racing Louisville's been coming out of the back. When they come out of the back, they're attacking down the left, and that's given Sexton a lot of time, to get the ball, have like 2-on. We've seen a lot of combination play between Sexton and Amelia White getting forward, and it would be great to get Chatterton, involved on the other side as well.
Left side. Looking back post, opportunity, and there it is. Ball goes home for Racing Louisville. The visitors get the first tally of the match. Brooke Dardano sends it home.
And taking a look here, just lost sight of the forward getting in right in behind the defender, and that's where they had to go with that ball. They couldn't go near post. They had to go far post. They just slipped it in. A little bit of miscommunication there in terms of balancing. You want to make sure as defenders you're balancing that last attacker that's in your area, and then also maybe Reason could have come out, yelled for a clearance or something like that, but just a little bit of loss of communication there.
The Indy 11 trailing for the first time this season. Williams onside, just waits, still trailing.
That would have been an excellent time to answer that, and literally within 1 minute, getting back in and keeping their heads up and making sure that they were still involved. And yeah, she did a great job just holding that defender at bay so she could get a foot on the ball.
Of course, this match brought to us by AES, accelerating the future of energy together. I said Dardano. May have been Caulfield that got that goal. Opportunity here for Gibson going back the other way, back post, and Reason gets there.
His hats off there to Racing Louisville because they had numbers in the box. They had numbers in the box, and they just made sure that they were getting behind the defenders, and that's what happened on their goal.
Indy knows this is always going to be a quality opponent. Everybody knew this was not going to be an easy one tonight. Indy is chasing the game. Onside is DeMello. DeMello cuts it back. Here's a good look that I think, frankly, Racing would like to have back. Shapansky just could not get the steps right. She had windows on both sides of Reason and
both
went right
sides. Probably did hear the footsteps of, you know, the defender closing her down, so she figured that she couldn't get, like you said, she just couldn't get her foot on the ball. But that's one of those where you have to make sure for Racing Louisville that you put it away.
Gibson nods it forward. It's a good ball back for Szczepanski. Now DeMello with space.
Dump it right side. Here it comes.
Caulfield. Looking back post. And this one leads to nothing for the visitors.
That energy now has changed. Once Racing Louisville scored, as you saw in the last two possessions, they're easily moving the ball through the midfield and looking for that switch. Indy 11 has to counter that and make sure that, you know, they don't let this energy continue on into the, you know, remaining of the half.
Dewey. Cardano. Indy's had good looks, just have not converted. Foul to be called, and immediately Cardano apologizes for the contact. She was given the universal sign for no more. No card, but no more. One playoff spot at stake out of this division. There is no second opportunity because of having just 5 teams in the Valley. So it puts importance on each and every match. By the way, it was Ellie Caulfield that scored the goal. My apologies for getting that one wrong. So Caulfield the goal. Back by Indy. Nudged a bit further forward. Well, Racing Louisville playing with confidence is getting that opener, and this blast steered wide.
Szczepanski, once again, she does not mind taking shots as long as she has the ball in front of her. Doesn't matter if it's from 20. In that instance, must have been about a good 30, 35 yards.
If you're Paul Dolinsky, anything you'd kind of say is troubling other than the 1-goal deficit, which is rare for this team?
Well, I think we kind of talked about put away your opportunities. There has to be better composure there in the attacking third. And then let's make sure that when we pressure that we once you win the ball, that you have to make sure you have those numbers getting forward, because when you don't put away that first shot, if careens off the post or the crossbar, wherever it comes off of, that there's somebody there to pick up that second chance opportunity.
Ball again knocked forward by Racing Louisville. Swept back by Indy. Caulfield. As in Piper, and she wears 18. The goal scorer Ellie wears number 8. Chatterton digs in. Not out of danger just yet. No foul given there.
Good old-fashioned shoulder to shoulder.
Throw-in coming here now for Racing Louisville. Sports this match brought to us by Community Health Network. Exceptional care simply delivered. Sexton, she knocked it off of Gibson. Yes.
Excellent job defensively by Sexton there, making sure that she wasn't going to receive the ball and turn and do anything with it.
For Racing Louisville, this is just their 4th match they have played. This is match number 6 for Indy. Indy wins this match, They really have a match or two lead on virtually everybody else in the division. This is Racing Louisville's only loss this opening match of the season. One of the draws plus one win to get to this point. Indy in the standing 6 points clear of both Kings Hammer and Lexington. Indy beat Lexington 4-0 here on Sunday afternoon. Back post, knocked down, but just couldn't keep it on frame.
Once again, getting those opportunities, try and make sure that put the ball on frame. Do what you can, put the ball on frame, because if it doesn't, you know, once it goes off a defender, goes off the goalkeeper, that you have somebody there to make sure that they clean that up.
Or Jacoman with the opportunity for the Indy 11. Will not be a lot of added time here at the end of this half. So 5 minutes, maybe a little bit more here for Indy to try to level. They look an opportunity here. Blasted away. Rowlett got in the way for Racing Louisville. Cherry. All steered forward, but just a little too much on it. White thought that ball was going to be played a little further towards the flag instead of centrally by Dewey. This portion of this match brought to us by Johnson Controls, the power behind your mission. Good read by Cherry. Cherry played more of an attacking style as a high schooler, but she's always been a defender at this level, but reverting back to both her soccer and high school basketball days, looking to score from distance. Corner coming for the Indy 11.
Exactly, she did an excellent job stepping in, winning that ball defensively, getting in the attack, just trying to make something happen there. Exactly, you want to make them make the save, make them make a choice, because you have the ball and you dictate the speed, meaning whoever does have the ball.
White's corner sent in and steered back towards the midfield. Sexton. Rogers did not hit that ball the way she wanted to. Turf Monster, though, played a factor for the Indy 11 as Trista Morris, who's the youngest player in the field at 16, stumbled.
Yeah, the angles are there. They just have to make sure that the weight of the pass is there to get the ball to those proper channels.
Can Williams get there? No.
Indy 11 has picked it up these last 4 or 5 minutes. You know, the pressure, that's what they need to do. Continue to maintain pressure on them, especially coming out of the back, and get these turnovers.
Indy's got some cards to deal off the bench as well if need be. Ball played behind Sam Dewey. There's been a couple of turnovers that have given Indy looks. Foul going to be called against DeMello.
Once again, perhaps work the ball outside in this instance, or they're going to try and play the ball just nicely weighted pass over that back line.
Dewey sizing up where to lead this one. Goes right at the keeper. I don't think that was the plan.
Probably would like to have that opportunity back. The keeper's already playing about 4 or 5 yards off her line. If she was thinking about putting it high, she could have probably made her, you know, see what she has on her back step to see if she could parry that over the crossbar.
Distribution, an errant one though by Racing Louisville. That ball did stay in the field of play. Williams will chase it down. Plays it across. Can't get all the way through. Just enough to sweep it away for the visitors. Belkowski.
Great combination. Great combinations.
Dewey. Jacoman. Jacoman looking for Dewey. It's been everything but for the Indy 11 so far. Again, they've had 2 or 3 chances that normally they would put away that just haven't found it yet. It wasn't the only chance for Racing Louisville. They had another one right afterwards that got sent right to reason. Their efficiency rate, they've at least hit one of their 2, let's put it that way. Not
Yes.
forward for Rogers.
You know, and many times in the game, there are those momentum, that energy shift off of perhaps a goal or a miss or a save, and it's how you react to those to see if you can maintain momentum. Or if you
Dewey, Williams. Indy keeps giving themselves opportunities. Just haven't smashed one home just yet. Looking towards the 4th official, within maybe a minute of additional time. Sexton, foul. If you're the Indy 11, you can kind of kitchen sink this one, and as advertised, 1 minute of stoppage time before we get to the halftime break.
That was a good guess.
I'm not sure I know soccer. I can count pretty well, though.
I want to try and make the most out of this opportunity. This is something that you have 2 options. Put it once again at back post, or dump it off here just wide to Sexton, and she could draw the defenders back, and as Indy 11 crashes the goal, that could be also another opportunity.
Back post. Good job to defend that one away by Racing Louisville. Will be a throw, though, and again, dying embers of this one. Has to be quick and direct if you're Indy. That likely won't do it. That's going to be it. Yep. Well, again, Indy has given themselves chances, but it's Racing Louisville that has cashed in. Indy has lost 1 regular season match in the last 2.5 years. They're trying to fend off the opportunity to have that be 2 45 minutes from now. Visitors have the lone goal courtesy of Ellie Caulfield. At the break, our score, Racing Louisville 1, Indy 11-0. You're watching W League Soccer on ISC.
Meet Kate. She has a lot to juggle. Family, work, it can lead to trying days and tired nights. But we know Kate, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know at some point her space at a premium life may change. IMCU is here to help Kate and you find your space. Now, add on or remodel with an introductory rate of 3.9% APR on a home equity line of credit. Today, it's all about Kate. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
I'm a happy-go-lucky guy, but sometimes I get a little stressed because I'm not for sure what's going to happen down the road. I was at the cancer unit, and when I come out from seeing the doctor, I said something about needing some help with all the paperwork. They gave me a name and a phone number. Her name is Molly. She works over at Community. She tells me, stop worrying, let me take care of it. She is my angel.
Stand by me.
AES Indiana is dedicated to providing you with smart energy solutions that power our lives. Our energy efficiency programs help you save energy and money. From rebates on lighting and smart thermostats to appliance pickup and recycling, you can take advantage of cleaner, more cost-effective energy solutions right here, right now. IPL is now AES Indiana. We are accelerating the future of energy together.
At the break, something Indy 11 is not used to in W League play. They are trailing at halftime. Racing Louisville's Ellie Caulfield gets the goal to make it 1-0 in favor of the visitors. This reminder, fans, you can take the Indy 11 with you wherever you go. Download the Indy 11 app in the Apple Store or get it on Google Play. Greg Rakestraw, Angela Berry White. Angela, your thoughts on half number 1?
Well, let's go with Racing Louisville first, since they're up 1-0. they were composed in the final third. Definitely composed. It did not look that way the first, 25, 30 minutes because they didn't have many opportunities. Shapansky took a couple outside shots, but what they did do in the final 20 minutes was kind of figure it out, that if they attacked, they had to make sure that they got a few more numbers forward. With that cross that came to the far post, they did just that. Numbers forward, numbers in the box, they put their chance away. And a few minutes past that, they did have another opportunity to get another goal in the net. But, that just didn't happen. But as they continue to press and they have those opportunities when they win the ball, they just have to make sure, for Racing Louisville, that they, put those opportunities away. Defensively, they have to make sure that they continue to get numbers behind the ball. They were able to, offset what Indy 11 was trying to do, because as they were trying to split the defense through the middle of the field so many times, they made sure that they weren't going to have one player to beat, not just two, but three. The opportunities for Indy 11, when they were able to get the ball out wide so many times, we saw on the near side here by us, was Sexton overlapping, combining with White, getting the ball across. And then conversely, they did not have those numbers in the box, and they did not have the composure to go ahead and put away those three balls that literally grazed the post. So the speed is there. The opportunities have been there, but they just haven't been able to put them away. So Indy 11 now needs to reset that tone that they had the first 20, 25 minutes of the game. And as they set that tone, high pressure, make them have turnovers in the defensive third. And once that happens, I see perhaps, in the first 5-10 minutes, I think a goal will be scored for Indy 11. And they just have to make sure that once that happens, that they just keep their foot on the gas. And Racing Louisville, they've been patient, so they have to make sure that they don't let that happen. And it's going to be a competitive second half. After all, you've got to win these home games, especially knowing that you have 4 games left after this and 3 are on the road for the Indy 11.
Lizzie Sexton, a player we talked about a lot for the Indy 11 in half number 1. I'm sure we will in half number 2 as well. She is the feature of Mic'd Up this week. Again, Ian Gilmore of the Indy 11 staff produces these. Let's give you an inside look at training through the eyes and sounds of Lizzie Sexton.
These are my favorite. Rhythm. I hope you don't hear me chomp on this gum. Good, oh wait, she's on my team. Big time! Woo! Christ, that was great. Sam, do you need extra stretching since you're 27 years old?
Thanks a lot.
Hi?
No, I don't.
Okay, fine.
Well, everyone knows that Lizzie loves me. She's just being a hater because she's mic'd up. Hey.
Oh no, oh no. Baby doesn't know her colors. They caught me on my worst day. I can't do colors. I have bad hearing.
Did you graduate elementary?
Barely. Yeah, and don't ask me to count to 10. I don't know. Oh, my hair hurts. My hair hurts. I don't like heading the ball. That ball hurts to head. Oh, my butt is too tight. Before I go on, I do not support them mistreating their cows. Yeah, they mistreat their cows. And we get those shakes. But they're really good. What? Yeah, you know I like Pepto-Bismol. I'm sick to my stomach. Sorry, I have a really social life. I don't know what to do. Alabama, Arkansas. Mine. Back! Let me back. Oh, wait, wrong stretch. Shoot, I'm bad at paying attention. Oh, in! Oh! Oh, that looked like it hurt. Oh, no. If you want me to sing for you, I will. That was a lot.
You can see where he gets all the energy that we see in terms of the field during the course of tonight's first half. This reminder that tune in tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for Soccer Saturday on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. Our women's guest is somewhat TBD tomorrow. Depends on what happens in the second half tonight. From the men's standpoint, Sebastian Guenzati, head coach Sean McCauley, Again, tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., 93.5, 107.5 The Fan. We'll take this quick time out. We'll come back with first half highlights. Get you ready for half number 2. Racing Louisville, a 1-goal lead. You're watching on ISC.
And the winner of the Indianapolis 500.
Indiana, winning is in our DNA. And we're winning the future with $22 billion in new business investment, building an economy of the future with unprecedented momentum. Indiana, for the winners.
Hey there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
Derek, do you know what we do not have in common with Ted Lasso?
What's that, Jake?
We made it beyond 3 seasons.
Oh, we're going to make it like 30, 40, 50 seasons. As long as your heart holds out, that is. Query and Schultz every Tuesday night. You can watch it right here on the ISC Sports Network, on our YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, X, podcast, whatever it is. Just call it whatever you want.
Twitter doesn't exist.
Just make sure Tuesday nights, Query and Schultz, 7:30, all season long right here on the ISC Sports Network.
We outlasted Twitter.
We did.
The main part of my job is definitely listening. People deserve transparency. I don't want the financial part to be something that stops or hinders a patient from having the health care that they need. I try to treat each person like they're my mom or my grandmother, my daughter, my husband. I want them to know that they're not just another phone call for us. And it's very rewarding to know that I can provide peace of mind.
Stand by me.
Back inside the Grand Park Indoor Events Center. Right now it's Racing Louisville that has the lead 1-0. Let's thank our friends at Penn Station. Penn Station, it's all about good taste. Let's show you now the first half highlights. And so with that, you touched on some of these, Ange, but from a tactical standpoint, if you're Paul Dolinsky, what are you stressing to your ladies here at halftime?
Put the ball in the back of the net. We're able to beat them. Paul's saying, hey, ladies, we can beat them by doing what? Playing the ball to feet. We can beat them by playing the ball in those angles, playing behind them, but we have to put away those opportunities. Playing here at the back post. Just a simple, oh, we missed it. No, be hungry enough to put the ball and whoever's else with you, put them into the back of the net as well.
Again, seen a couple of opportunities that Maddie Williams normally knocks home. Ella Rogers, good look here. Well done by Brandon to slide over. Again, plenty of talented players coming off the bench for the Indy 11. Namely, Katie Soderstrom from a scoring perspective. Natalie Mitchell, talented forward as well, and Olivia Smith that plays at Indiana University. And again, here is the one knocked home by Racing Louisville. Clinical finish by Caulfield on outstanding service by Anna Grace Gibson.
Right, that was just a little bit, like I said earlier, lack of communication, and she just came out of the midfield and just marched through to the, inside the 18 and was left alone there at the back post.
1-0 our score at the break. Let's once again thank our friends at Indiana Members Credit Union. Fans, you can show your Indy 11 pride, get your exclusive IMCU Indy 11 debit card at any IMCU branch or online at imcu.com today. We'll take this quick break. When we come back, second half action from Westfield. Indy trying to make up a 1-goal deficit as you're watching on the ISC Sports Network.
So I had no job, no car, nobody to watch my son. And when I finally got a job interview, it was a half hour away. I was just stuck, Then one of my friends told me to call CareSource. I was like, my health insurance company?
We helped Becky with her resume, arranged daycare for her son, and even set up a ride to the interview that helped her get the job. CareSource is so much more than health insurance.
AES Indiana is dedicated to providing you with smart energy solutions that power our lives. Our energy efficiency programs help you save energy and money. From rebates on lighting and smart thermostats to appliance pickup and recycling. You can take advantage of cleaner, more cost-effective energy solutions right here, right now. IPL is now AES Indiana. We are accelerating the future of energy together.
It's very true that it takes a village to raise a child. And when it comes to my healthcare village at Community Health Network, it's all nestled right in my phone. Accessing healthcare is the ability to be connected with your provider and ask a question when you need it. I feel like when I'm meeting with a community nurse practitioner or doctor, they're tuned in to what is going on with me and the way that they can serve me best.
Stand by me.
Meet Zach. Day and night, rain or shine, even just out for a spin, Zach gets around. But we know Zach, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he's been saving up to trade up. IMCU is here to help Zach and you drive your dream. Now get financing as low as 5.24% APR on a new or used vehicle. Today, it's all about Zach. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Indy 11 huddle about to be broken. Racing Louisville about to take to the field as well. A reminder, just one more regular season home match left to go for the Indy 11. They'll take on King's Hammer on Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. Angela, I'll have that one for you. Same place as you are watching this one on the ISC Sports Network family of apps, websites, and social media. Sports Engine Play, obviously the league portal of the W League as well, has every home Indy 11 match. Final 3 on the road for the Indy 11 women. Regular season wraps up on June 30th. Indy 6 points clear in the division, but Racing Louisville has 2 matches in hand. This is only their 4th match out of 10. It's the first time they have ventured away from the Lynn Family Training Center to play a match so far this year.
Well, these first 5 minutes are going to be, set that tone to see who, I'm not going to say who wants it more, but you don't need to panic. But like I said earlier, these home games are pretty vital. So you want to make sure that you're gonna withstand anything. And they've already scored, so it's 1-0. But ladies in blue, let's see what you can do the first 10, and then Racing Louisville, let's see how you react to their, probably a little bit more upbeat and a little bit more pressure coming into the second half.
Again, don't fall for the trap on those standings in terms of Racing Louisville being 4th. That's more of a math problem than a team problem. If they can hang on here, the division is up for grabs. If not, Indy's got a pretty clear path towards winning another division championship.
One thing that's vital, you never want to give up points at home. So you do what you need to do.
Standing over the select soccer ball. Don't notice any changes to begin half number 2. Dewey launches immediately. And Williams showing speed that wouldn't make her look like the oldest player on the field, which she is. Love the trash talk at halftime of Lizzie Sexton, by the way, on Sam Dewey. You need extra stretches, you're 27. Wait till you get about 20 years past that, kid.
And enjoy your youthfulness now.
That's right. Speaking of youth, Lund is 18. She's got the ball at her feet as we speak. Anything you see differently for Racing Louisville in terms of how they try to attack / defend in this match?
No, they did a good job withstanding pressure. They got lucky because a couple of those opportunities should have been put away. But right now, it does look like they've committed to playing a little bit higher. These forwards when they've come on the field, because it was in the first half you had simply 1 and then 3, 2 and 3 were coming up behind them in terms of trying to get numbers up. But I do see just perhaps a little bit better tactically that they're trying to put a little bit more pressure, hoping to get that second goal, and then that way they can, I'm not going to say rest, but they can breathe a little easier.
Last time out, 3 first half goals, 1 in the second half. The 11 just kind of cruised from there to beat Lexington on Sunday afternoon. Williams again the target. Williams has an opportunity. Williams kisses this one in. Well, she probably got more of the post than she wanted to, but it's an end result business. One of the best to ever do it at both Purdue University and the Indy 11. And as you talked about, in the first 5 minutes, Indy has a goal. We're tied at the goal apiece.
Exactly. What great composure and what a great ball by Chatterton. Here on this replay, we're going to see that she takes her time. Well, we didn't see the buildup, but what she did do, there was a run that was made outside that drew a defender out of the middle of the field. There we go. There's the pass. And the ball had opened, well, not the ball, but the play had opened up because where she put the ball. She put it on our attacker side and not on the defensive side. Because if she would have put it on her left, never would have been able to receive the ball and turn and had all day, which is what she did, and she was nice and composed. We talk about that composure in the final third, and she found that.
Sports This Match brought to us by the Renaissance Indianapolis North Hotel. Treat yourself to all you can say at the Renaissance, just minutes away from both Grand Park and downtown Carmel.
And once again, you score a goal and you have that energy, you have that momentum. And right now, Indy 11 is making sure that Racing was back on their heels in that first 1-2 minutes after by staying on their side of the field.
Of course, our goals by the Indy 11 presented by our friends at CareSource. So much more than health insurance. 30 goals now in 6 matches for the Indy 11. 19 of those coming in 2 matches against St. Charles. Great touch by Racing Louisville. Exquisite on the back heel. Good recovery back by the Indy 11. They've got 5 behind and around the ball.
That's a nice Big Ten matchup right there, IU and Penn State. They're on that side.
Rogers. Yeah, we got every major conference represented. Big Ten, SEC. Big 12, frankly, is involved in this match too. And that'll be a foul. That'll be Chatterton. And she's part of the SEC in the equation, playing at Tennessee. And she only played a couple of matches, maybe 3 last year before an injury, before conference play ever began. Cost her season.
But she's looking great now.
Yeah.
Excellent rehab, getting back on the field.
She is about a little shy of 10 months removed from that knee injury. Ball sent in. Job by DeMello. Quickly swept to the left. Rowlett will give chase. Rowlett plays at Eastern Kentucky. She has played just shy of 3,000 minutes in 2 years at EKU. Williams has 3 behind her. I think Indy 11 fans would like those odds, 1-on-3 when it's Maddie Williams. Williams sweeps it in. Sports This Match brought to us by Fluid Waste Services, Indiana's premier utility service provider since 1989. Chatterton. Rogers.
Just misstep there, but Chatterton did an excellent job drawing the defender. She slashed in the middle, dribbling through. Little change of speed, dropped it off, and just wasn't able to hold on to the ball there.
Well, left back has always been a position of strength for the Indy 11 men. Chatterton providing the same for the Indy 11 women tonight. Looking ball by Pelkowski. Pelkowski goes down. Immediately point to the ball by our referee. Back the other way, 1v3. Sure, he gets back to try to slow down the angle of attack. The leave, 1 touch. Good double back by Rogers. Good team defense by the Indy 11, and good to see Pelkowski has popped right back up.
Yeah, that is good to see. And as Racing Louisville had a 1v3, it was a great job by them. Hold up, dump the ball back to Spansky, and the only thing she needed to do is nice little 1 touch off to the right or take a shot, but Rogers makes sure she, tracked back, and she did her job defensively.
We have said Pelkowski's name a lot tonight. She draws, actually foul goes against Racing Louisville here. Pelkowski plays Virginia Tech. She's one of 2 Hokies that play for the Indy 11. Pelkowski from Westchester, Pennsylvania. Here's Gibson. Sexton tries to close her down. He gives chase defensively for Indy. Swept away. That was Shapansky. Couldn't keep at her feet. DeMello.
Nice composure on the ball by DeMello. Knowing that she didn't have anything, she brought it back out.
Great toe poke by White. Jacoman off the side of her foot finds Williams. He's content to wait for teammates this time around.
Great look there. Passing lanes are open. The movement, the anticipation, knowing that once that initial pass they split 3 players there and just getting the ball forward.
Great takeaway by Racing Louisville. Shapansky gives it a hit and never really threatens Nona Reason, but that's really kind of the first midfield miscue we've seen from the Indy 11 tonight.
Yes, it was, and I think it was just a little bit on their timing, but like I said, initially they split the defense. 3 players, and the only thing they had to do was continue with that momentum. They slowed down, and it was just about timing and then losing the ball.
Let's thank our tremendous ISC Sports Network crew. Gordon Shue, Eric Canet, Brian Pierce, Chase Eisnagel, David Kahn with you on this Friday night. Our 4th of 5 regular season contest we'll have for you on ISC. And we hope for playoff soccer. Last year, the Indy 11 played their first 2 in Michigan. And both semifinals and league championship took place here. Flag stays down. The touch, the hit, the diving save by Nona Reason. DeMello robbed.
What a save.
By the Clemson Tiger.
What a save. She read that. She knew that was her only option to go, was going to be to go to her left, but a great run by DeMello here, filling the gap. Look at that top of the box. She already read it. Her hips were turned. She knew where she was going.
The Louisville fans / moms and dads are off to our right, and they were all standing, and I don't blame them. I thought that was the second goal of the night.
But that's a veteran keeper and Nona Reason.
On the cutback, Rogers just kind of shoulders that one to the side. It'll be a corner kick coming. Yep, corner coming for Racing Louisville.
We've said her name quite a bit, DeMello. I mean, she's making things happen, and I know she wishes she had that, just, put a little bit more on that, just bury that ball.
Good set up there by Louisville. Indians happened to get ahead to it first. They had some options there. Another beautiful ball sent in, and that's going to be an own goal. It's a goal nonetheless. Racing Louisville is back in front. That caroms off an Indy 11 defender.
Yeah, that's one as a defender, when you want to make sure that your body is wherever you're attacking the ball, that everything is moving out of the goal mouth. That was unfortunate because the ball, she was goal side of her man, whether she ducked or on the service here, it was a miss hit, and where is she facing when the ball hits her? Directly back towards the goal, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, off of Carson Cherry. A friendly fire for the Indy 11, and they trail again. Well, 6 goals allowed this year by the Indy 11. 3 to Kingshammer, 3 to Racing Louisville, 5 allowed in this building. Williams, again, couldn't get the clean takeaway, but does force the play to the side. Throw in coming here for Indy. It was 3-1 in favor of Indy when these two got together a little more than a month ago. Indy and Lou City playing on the men's side. They scored 8 combined goals. That was, of course, on CBS back in April. A step by Pelkowski. Ball finds its way to Shapansky regardless. This portion of this match is brought to us by Johnson Controls. Johnson Controls, the power behind your mission. foul called behind the play.
She had one option. If she didn't hit that ball first time, and she would have taken her time, yes, it still probably would have been a foul, but it was a good decision. Hit the ball first time to get out of trouble.
Cherry, DeMello takes it away. And no substitutions have been used yet for either side in the contest. Great read by Rogers. Dewey. Jacoman knocks it forward. Was trying to find Amelia White, but didn't really have an angle to get it to her.
They're finding more space here in the midfield, giving them time to set something up. And the 11 needs to step up into those gaps to make sure that they don't have that time.
Lund, good job by Snyder. These are two Louisville area high school kids right there. Snyder a couple of years removed from her high school days. Playing time's been limited at U of L. First substitution of the match going to be brought in here by Racing Louisville. Looks like Lund is the player whose day will be over with. He does not play again for 5 days. They've got a little time to work with. For Racing, they have the very difficult turnaround. They play Sunday afternoon against Lexington. In other words, there might be a little quicker hook on a few players tonight.
Right, and they are missing their best defender who plays at UNC, De La Rosa, who was, just named part of the, one of the players for the team of the month of May. So they'll probably have some more players that are relatively available to them on this short turnaround.
Again, these two teams will face each other on the final day of the regular season on June 30th. Indy will return the visit to Louisville. Sports the Match brought to us by Community Health Sports Medicine. Exceptional care simply delivered. Sexton shepherds that one across the touchline. There appear to be an armada of Indy 11 players that just got called towards the fourth official. This may have been more than a hockey line change coming in here.
Fresh legs definitely does a team good at times, so this could definitely be one of those instances.
I think Indy's going to bring 5 players in. DeMello. Good tackle away by Indy, but ball finds Dardano. 30 minutes and change left in this one. It's an own goal right now that's the decider. After Indy leveled the match 2 minutes into the half. Sexton. Little too aggressive on the throwaway, which is what was just told to her by the referee.
Right, she did a great job and initially making sure she wasn't able to turn the corner and get anything, and she was playing, she had her back to goals. I mean, it was just something that she could have maybe just held off a little bit, but she's an aggressive player, she's a good player, so that could pay off later on for her, that especially if she wins the ball and gets into the attacking third.
Player wall for Indy. 5 targets to choose from. You got to head there first. Rowlett. Indy, could they get there in time? No. Corner. No activity from the fourth official just yet. Indy will keep their same 11 players on to defend this effort. Which Dardano heads over to steer in. Ball got through. A little nervy there for Indy.
Well-placed ball right there at the 6, just outside of a goalkeeper's reach. And you have to make sure that you have somebody challenging, especially when you have dominant players, that, tall players that come through there and want to get their head on the ball.
You get the idea that this was planned because the without seeing a sign, 5 players just headed to the sidelines for the Indy 11. So Maddie Williams, Nora Jacoman, Jenna Chatterton, all head off. Natalie Mitchell heads in. Also coming on, Brooke Otto will enter the match. Grace Barr. Of course, Grace has been a veteran of the Indy 11. Grace that tore her ACL last year in the championship match, but returned a couple of weeks ago. Here's Otto. Katie Soderstrom also in for the Indy 11. Katie, after playing for 4 months in Denmark in the fall, decided to return home. Katie is keeping her soccer options available, but she also has a teaching gig lined up. She's going to teach 2nd grade at CFI 70 starting in August. Fantastic player at both Carmel and Butler was Katie. White makes one turn, makes a second.
Great footwork, ball control, tight spaces. That's what you need to do. Maintain possession.
White at the edge of the 18. Olivia Smith in there too for the Indy 11. So Barr, Otto, Soderstrom, Smith, and Mitchell all in. Only subs that did not come in: Kate Phillips, Amelie Derry. So Smith had been playing more of a midfield role. She will now press forward to her natural position.
Right. Fresh legs going against their back line could help. You can see that Amelia White has now shifted more central to the field, so she'll be that point, especially with these balls that have been able to that the defenders have been able to serve up top, and with her speed, that'll be very helpful for Indy 11.
Mitchell, who's up top, 9 goals at Virginia Tech last year. Sexton does enough. Throw in coming. Tonight's match is done in part by Alpha Health and Wellness, official Indy 11 W League team chiropractor. Pelkowski couldn't tack onto it. Well, obviously, if this scoreline holds, this kind of puts all the eggs in the basket of the match in Louisville on June 30th. But again, don't forget King's Hammer came in here and scored 3 and trailed 2-0, tied it at 2, and then trailed 3-2 and tied it at 3 when they played the Indy 11 back on May 20th. Good looking ball here. Just maybe a bit too centrally played. Soderstrom, though, got to it. Fresh legs for Katie and forces the sideways play by Racing Louisville.
It's a great idea. Split the defenders there, get in behind, and Katie timed it just right to make sure that she still was involved in the play.
Mitchell couldn't get there, but it will be a goal kick. Thank our friends at AES, accelerating the future of energy together. We reference the variety of lines that you see in this building. Well, one of the sets of lines that is used is for Ultimate Frisbee. Tomorrow night, the Indianapolis Alley Cats will be in action. This is their home facility as well. We're proud to be their production partner on the ISC Sports Network. I'm told the red lines belong to the Alley Cats. I'm going to focus on the white lines.
The white lines.
Those are the ones I need to know for tonight. Good crowd on hand tonight, which frankly has become the norm for the Indy 11.
It's great to have the support, the fan base.
White, Mitchell, Soderstrom. Soderstrom cuts it outside, didn't get through, it will be a corner. Took a turn off a defender.
What excellent work there coming out of the back, and Amelia does a great job, checks to the ball, nice one touch off in the opposite direction. Didn't take much time for Indy 11 to get in the attack by playing quicker, and quicker.
Short corner option here if Indy wants to go for it. They do not. At the edge of the 6, one touch, Pelkowski! That was a hit. And it will be a throw in for the visitors.
Just a near miss there.
Rocket from Pelkowski. Just have to dig in.
Get the numbers up, maintain possession of the ball.
Good read by Racing Louisville. And he has to rocket numbers back. Kayla Dickerman, by the way, is the player that entered for Racing Louisville. She's been the one sub they have used. That was her that came in for Lily Lund. First time we had a chance to call her name since entering the match. Here's Barr. Grace, who played at both Xavier and Wisconsin. In both the player and coach role for the Indy 11 over the years. When she was injured over the offseason, she kind of helped run the tryouts for the Indy 11 for this team. Walking the tightrope. That'll be a foul against Indy. And a card.
A little late on that challenge, and unfortunately.
So Sexton and Snyder both have been shown yellow in this match. By the way, the sports this match brought to us by Alpha Health and Wellness, official Indy 11 W League team chiropractor.
One more sub here.
That will be Amelie Derry. When you've already subbed 5, I can tell you who the 6th is. Amelie, native of England, plays at Butler University. Amelie, much like your son, EJ, has an interest in working in soccer from the business perspective when her playing days are over with.
Yeah, she has an extensive background, you know, coming from overseas and being able to play through
White
systems.
And does it again. The same way that White scored against Louisville from May 14th. Just closing down the keeper, and by force of will, steers it across the goal line. Goal for the Indy 11, tied at 2.
And there you have it. She does a great job in reading the game, making sure as the ball came back, she only had one place to go, and she cut down that option. Cut down that option by making sure she was going to take the ball to the right side, that she read it right there on her right foot.
Familiar with the Twitter account when building from the back goes wrong?
Yes.
We might submit that clip tonight. Now again, I think that is Amelia's remarkable speed. Because notice, the keeper didn't think she was in a spot of bother there, and all of a sudden, there's a player stepping on the ball.
Exactly, and she closed her down quickly, which is what you need to do. We'll see if this energy momentum change right here.
So tied at 2. It's Indy and Louisville. You expect anything less?
No.
It's kind of the way these matches go, regardless of team or gender. Well, both matches now have had 4 goals in them between these two teams. has never led.
Goal scored by number 17.
He now has answered twice on racing Louisville goals. Ball finds Mitchell. Mitchell has a window. Mitchell, what a save. Follow up, just kept out.
What a great turn, what a great save. And then once again, trying to have just some numbers in the box by having to have that second opportunity. She was there. Indy 11 just couldn't put it away.
Amber Brandon, phenomenal effort on the save. There was such action. We have a chance to give her the proper credit for the play that she made. Again, she has yet to play college soccer. She is off to the University of Cincinnati in the fall. Good touch here. But long decision by Soderstrom. He's pulling that back for a teammate that wasn't there.
Right, just misread that. It wasn't a bad option for Rogers to run through, but she needed to have that outlet backside.
DeMello, great shoulder to shoulder. Exceedingly well done by Derry, who just entered the match. But an offside position, White was.
Derry stepping on, having fresh legs. She's going to wreak havoc there. That holding mid, and like we called earlier, DeMello has been a force for them, having the ball go through her so many times, and she's able to create things. So it was a good job by Derry there, making sure that she got back.
What a luxury for Amelie Derry to be able to play her college soccer and then her summer season soccer in the Indianapolis area. She started 9 matches out of the 17 she played for the Bulldogs last year.
It was great. It's so hard to, get back home, and for her, get back home to England. There's not much going on right now. This is their down season, and they're not really playing, and they don't get back to training in those settings. So for her to be able to experience this and staying local, it's going to be a benefit for her as well as the Butler Bulldog program.
Soderstrom. Let's White give chase.
Well, you can tell the goalkeeper knew what to do with watching Amelia run toward her in that instance.
Great touch by Rogers. Can Soderstrom track it down? The answer is yes, and if nothing else, earns the corner.
It was a good effort for her to get that early service off, and you had 4 players for Indy 11 running back, but Racing Louisville did a good job, especially with that initial defender.
Grace Barr. To the edge of the 6. White have a hit. That was Sexton again. It was right at the goalkeeper, but Sutz, pretty good snap from 25 yards away.
It definitely was. A little bit, a couple yards left or right of her, perhaps upper 90. That would have gone in.
Well, credit the players that come off the bench, and again, it shows the remarkable depth that Paul Dolinsky and his staff have put together, because those are some fantastic players that left with 30 minutes to go, and Indy has been supercharged by the 6 subs that have taken to the field. Here's White trying to slalom her way through. White cuts it back. White blocked.
Oh, the quick feet that she has and that touch just in, around defenders. Just wasn't able to get it off in time, but it was a great effort there.
And Indy has so dominated, frankly, the league, but matches in this building. The match that I keep drawing back to was the match against San Francisco in the semifinals last year that Indy won late with Aaliyah Martin.
Yes,
3-2. That's really been kind of the only match that's been played in kind of a similar tenor as this one we've seen in this building over 3 years.
Yes, and it's the not quit, just don't quit attitude and what they've been able to build here on Indy 11, and opponents know that it's hard to win here, obviously. So they want to make sure that they continue on that streak and don't give up, don't let up.
Of course, this match brought to us by AES Indiana, accelerating the future of energy together. Here's Derry.
This is
White
trouble.
again, around two defenders. One look at the keeper, and just sends it wide.
And that angle was a little bit tougher as she was just outside of, probably a couple yards just outside that post, but she went far post, which was, going near was not going to be an option with the way that the angle that the goalkeeper came out on.
My partner played the game at the highest levels at George Mason, has coached in college, has won state championships here in Indiana at Brebeuf High School. So you know of what you speak. Just how high of a level of women's soccer are we seeing in this match tonight?
Well, you're talking pre-professional, but there will be professionals from this game, definitely. They will definitely be making the next step. And there are a couple that Indy 11 have played at the professional level. So you're not missing much of a beat. You really aren't, and it's great to have this opportunity. That to have, you just don't have one league, and you can't have that. And it's for the pure development of the game.
This seems the appropriate time to talk about the USL Super League begins in a couple of months, of course. It'll be the second professional league for women's soccer in our country. The 11 will play in that league at some point, hopefully sooner rather than later.
Right, and that'll be a huge step for Indy 11 and also this community to have another professional franchise for women in this community.
The other one seems to be getting some pretty good level of attention these days.
Just slightly.
Yeah, drawing some eyeballs. Paul Dolinsky chatting up his team. Couple of substitutions await for Racing Louisville. DeMello is done for the night. Looks like Rowlett is done for the night as well. We'll get you names. It's Ava Hendrick. Just entered the match. Get the second substitution on the fly. Looks like Gibson has switched sides of the attack. They've now positioned her on the right side versus the left. She had the assist. And just joining us, 2 goals by Racing Louisville. The second was an own goal. But the first was a thing of beauty on an exquisite ball by Gibson. It was really well finished by Ellie Caulfield. Louisville has taken the lead twice. They are certainly capable of doing it a third time. I think that deflected off the back of Gibson.
A little bit unlucky there. She did a good job in trying to avoid that, and only to have it ricochet off her back for the throw-in for Indy 11.
Rowlett still in the game, so my apologies now. Rowlett stays. Foul against Grace Barr, and Grace immediately kind of puts her hand up and said, yep.
She knew that. The intent was there to just win that ball, and she had to step, but there just happened to be Szymanski there as she stepped through the ball.
Szymanski. Back post, Reason.
Nice read by her, knowing where the ball was going to go.
Sexton. They're throwing for the Indy 11, quickly buying real estate. Soderstrom. Sent that the right direction, didn't get the controlling touch she wanted.
That's one of those where I think that the referee was a little bit hidden.
And a card going to be shown towards the Indy 11 bench.
Fans aren't happy either on that one.
I'm not sure any further analysis is needed on that subject.
Not exactly.
Live sports, folks, it happens sometimes. Mitchell. Shot by Rowlett to avoid the oncoming attacker. Good ball here. Ball flicked forward and Reason quickly on it. Rogers. Mitchell. Mitchell gives it a blast. That was Morris that got in the way. How about this one? Lifted up and over the bar.
Great opportunity there by none other than Katie Soderstrom. Received the ball. She just took a quick look up. She's like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take the shot. And it was great timing on her part because her defender decided not to close her down.
Keeper had no choice. Ball sent in. Inside of the 6. Derry was the player closest to it for Indy. White, again, tracks down everything. Now back to Grace Barr in the center of the park. Great vision by Grace. Sexton wants it at her feet. Does now, and it will be a corner. This portion of the match brought to us by CareSource. So much more than health insurance.
Yes, and as you mentioned, great ball by Barr, switching the point of the attack, and then a nice 1-2, had a nice run inside the 18, and they were still able to get something out of this with a free kick.
Soderstrom to send it in. Bending ball at the 6, headed away by Racing Louisville. Nothing doing there. Thank our friends at Fluid Waste Services, Indiana's premier utility service provider since 1989.
Amelia White does not give the defenders much time and space to play the ball out, which was why there was an errant pass.
Mitchell just trying to hold things up and find a teammate. Here's Smith. Good cut back by Olivia from Hamilton Southeastern High School. Is there one more left in this one? Soderstrom plays it across, just above Rogers. White bounding ball. Defender didn't get the clearance she wanted to. Soderstrom steers it back in. Smith. Touch. Corner coming.
Another corner. Trying to maintain that pressure, getting numbers in the attacking third, numbers around the ball. That's why they haven't been able to clear Racing Louisville, because Indy 11 has those numbers around the ball.
Indy really had the all Hamilton County connection there. Soderstrom to Smith. Carmel and HSC while we're playing in Westfield. Right-footed in swinger from Soderstrom. She'll play it to Barr. Barr can have a go from here. She does! And again, tipped up and over the crossbar. And you're seeing every tool in the toolbox right now for the Indy 11.
Very smart move by playing the short corner. And then only thing they have to do is try and play that ball. It's easier said than done. You know, it's just trying to put it on frame, which she did, but try and hit that corner, that far post for that goalkeeper to make her actually, maybe step back and not be able to reach it.
Love that field camera angle, that shot that Barr had. By the way, our final 5 minutes brought to us by Johnson Controls, the power behind your mission. Well, this has been worth the price of admission tonight.
Yep, we've had some great goals. We've had some great build-ups.
And Indy has lost just one time in regular season play in now the 2.5 years of the W League. It was in this building last year to St. Charles. So Racing Louisville has never beaten Indy. They have drawn them once before. That was the night where Mackenzie Woods on her head in year number 1 for the Indy 11. Amelie Derry providing pressure. Good read by Cherry. And then Derry again finds White. White,
great
the touch. Just Mitchell couldn't get there in time. Great read. That's Grace Barr.
Grace Barr not missing a step, especially after coming back from injury.
Just enough by Otto. And again, Derry took no chances, just knock it sideways.
Good play there defensively, not knowing. She didn't have time to, check her shoulders, see if there was anyone behind her.
Foul whistle.
No reason playing that ball. You have to have somebody on the Indy 11 side wanting to step up and actually want to receive that. And in that case, that's why they're back in the defensive third, because Racing Louisville's doing an excellent job being first to the ball.
Sexton will knock that off a Racing Louisville player.
Excellent job defensively there by Sexton to make sure that he had something going forward.
Well, clearly a draw would be a fitting result for this one, even if it is Indy that has had the better of the chances.
So quickly.
White is trying to weave her way through traffic.
Almost had her by cutting the ball back and attacking that front foot of the defender.
Opportunity here. The opportunity, then a giveaway. Chance here, Shapansky. Didn't do anything with it. Ball was at the feet. Racing Louisville for Marley Kale for just a moment. First time we have called her name tonight. And there's been 3 goals. There's been numerous substitutions. You're looking at 3 or 4 minutes remaining in this one once we get to minute number 90.
I think that's a safe bet, an additional 3 to 4 in stoppage time.
And you've got an Indy team that has 6 players that have only been in the match for the last 30 minutes or less. You got a lot of gas in the tank for the Indy 11. They last played on Sunday. Otto, White, backdoor opportunity here. The hit didn't get through. Smith didn't get everything on it. Player goes down, penalty. Penalty against Racing Louisville. Just inside of the 18. Penalty earned by the Indy 11.
Great play by never giving up Soderstrom. She does it time and time again where you don't think she's going to be able to get there. She does. And not only does she, but she draws that foul.
And it's Mitchell who earned the penalty and Mitchell who wants to take the penalty. So Natalie Mitchell from Virginia Tech. Nope, now Grace Barr says, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I got it.
I meant to say it.
So again, the veteran on the squad. Grace Barr. Got it. First lead of the night for the Indy 11 comes in the 91st minute. The point to the spot. Goal for Grace Barr in her 3rd season with the Indy 11. A key cog in last year's W League champs. Gives Indy potentially all 3 points at the end of the match.
Just a nice clinical finish, low, down, and opposite of the way the keeper was going. It's a 50-50 which way she's going to dive. But Barr put a lot behind that and made sure that there was never a doubt. Once again, it was Mitchell who drew that foul, and she did an excellent job in making sure that, she got the pen called and we put it away.
Any doubt in your mind that was a penalty?
No. Now, it was taken down from behind. The ball was in reach. It was one thing that defensively, you can't give up that opportunity. I always say if your back is to the goal, you really can't do much.
If this scoreline holds, this is again a win for the depth of the Indy 11. Smith. As the subs have been exquisite for the Indy 11.
Fresh legs, able to think, just as quick. Racing Louisville, they've made now 2 subs, and you know that they're they're a little winded.
They just brought a 4th on.
The 4th sub, sorry. Yeah.
We have not had a chance to kind of take a look. And they had the 2 substitution kind of waves, and a third just kind of snuck on. Barr gives chase. Frankly, in the hubbub over the penalty, I never saw the signal from the 4th official. So we're kind of flying blind on exactly how much time is left. Ball knocked sideways. There was a 3-car pileup there in front of the 6. So that last sub that just came on for Racing Louisville was Brianna Dardano. So we saw Brooke on the field. Brianna, her younger sister, who's all of 17, or turned 17 Wednesday.
Just 2 days ago.
Happy birthday, Brianna. Indy has kind of gone the other direction, but don't forget Indy had a 14-year-old score a goal in a match 2 years ago.
Yes, we have a couple academy players on the, on the roster, which is nice to see.
Emma Johnson, Risa Hockey have played in years gone by. Emma's been busy with ECNL play this summer. And now Soderstrom will take this to the corner flag. Campfire time. A lovely breezy night for a campfire, and that's it. I referenced the San Francisco match from last year. Indy won that one 3-2 and won it after the 90th minute. They do it again. You see some smiles, some hugs and handshakes. A lot of teammates playing against each other tonight. Great match.
Excellent, excellent. And it took everyone. It took everyone to get the result that they needed to get, which was a win tonight.
I'm not sure if Indy will ever feel bad for a win against Louisville, nor should they. But the visitors played really well. Indy just found a way, as they have done so many times over the last 2.5 years.
And I would say a lot of that has to do with experience in playing, and that does make a big difference when you're 17 and 18, and we talked about this a little bit, playing against older women, 22, 23, veterans that they've played in college, some, not only just one, but multiple years, and, a couple of our ladies on the Indy 11 side are pros. So you see the excitement there, knowing that every win's important, but especially in this short season, you have to make sure you take care of business, and they did tonight.
Paul Dolinsky says, hey, I'll have a message for you eventually. Go celebrate. Go to the Brickyard Battalion. Go celebrate an important win against Racing Louisville. Tonight's match on ISC, presented in part by Community Health Sports Medicine. Exceptional care simply delivered by Alpha Health and Wellness, official team chiropractor for the Indy 11W League. By AES, accelerating the future of energy together. And by CareSource, brought to you by CareSource, so much more than health insurance. This copyrighted telecast, that at Soccer League, cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League. Maddie Williams, Amelia White, and Grace Barr from the spot. The goal scorers for Indy. They win this one 3-2. Good night from Westfield, and thanks for joining us on ISC.
For over a century, Indiana has been the destination for sports innovation and the state where champions are crowned. Now, we're entering a new era with Sports Tech HQ, a place that inspires innovation and invests in entrepreneurs who are changing the game, one startup at a time. Welcome to the crossroads of sports and technology. Sports Tech HQ, home of the game changers.
So I had no job, no car, nobody to watch my son. And when I finally got a job interview, it was a half-hour away. I was just stuck, Then one of my friends told me to call CareSource. I was like, my health insurance company?
We helped Becky with her resume, arranged daycare for her son, and even set up a ride to the interview that helped her get the job. CareSource is so much more than health insurance.
AES Indiana is dedicated to providing you with smart energy solutions that power our lives. Our energy efficiency programs help you save energy and money. From rebates on lighting and smart thermostats to appliance pickup and recycling, you can take advantage of cleaner, more cost-effective energy solutions right here, right now. IPL is now AES Indiana. We are accelerating the future of energy together.